Oh, right. Sorry. Today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. The weather continues to kind of put you to sleep as we don't have any major storm systems to talk about here across at least our immediate region. Now, the tropics, still some goings on there, and I think there are some hints of weather changes down the road, but in the short term, boy, the dry weather just continuing. I know a lot of folks are looking for rain. We could definitely use some. The drought conditions worsening, and here's the drought monitor. This is the weekly report. The latest one came out the 16th, so last Thursday. The new one will be out this Thursday. And almost everybody in the state of North Carolina in some degree of drought. Some areas worse than others. The worst is in the northern part of the state and also down around the southeastern coastal plain. And another area where the drought is even more significant in the southern foothills. But all of us could use some good soaking rain. It's just not in the cards, though. Here's the weather radar this morning, and all you really see here across most of the eastern U.S. is ground clutter. These are false returns. There is some rain down in Texas and down around the Florida Keys. That is about it. Here's the upper air chart today, and there goes Igor pulling away from Bermuda. Big ridge across the nation's midsection that puts itself right over our area as we go Tuesday into Wednesday. But late this week, as we get into the weekend, that ridge will break down, and the models are all over the place with the handling of how a trough evolves as we go through this weekend. The Canadian and the European model really carve out a nice upper air system, an upper air trough back off to our west, then pushes eastward. The GFS, more of the regular old trough variety as it pulls through. I wanted to show you this. A lot of folks asking, when are we going to get some fall temperatures? Here you go. This is the PNA observation. And you look at, here we are right now in terms of where we are, the PNA. Somewhat in the positive category, but the downstream implications are not really allowing a huge trough to get into the eastern U.S. But notice after going negative again, the PNA should spike positive again right near the beginning of October, and that's when it looks like things may be aligning for a full-scale pattern change. So we'll say 7 to 14 days from now, there's signs of a more significant pattern change, but nothing specific yet to hang our hats on. Today, dry day, hot day by September standards, a lot of low 90s for highs in the Piedmont. And tomorrow, with a weak cold front pressing to our south, we'll shave a few degrees off our highs, so a lot of upper 80s for highs tomorrow. But we're right back up into the low 90s Wednesday and Thursday. Now, there is a very, very small chance Wednesday, maybe Thursday, of a couple of isolated showers or storms, but the chance is so small once you're outside of the mountains that I have kept any formal rain chances out of the 7-day forecast that I'm running on the air. And as we go into Friday, it looks dry and pretty hot. Then the question marks arise this weekend with how quickly we see that next cold front drop in. The GFS is quicker than the GFS, and the GFS rather is quicker than the European or the Canadian. So at some point we'll see that front move through, maybe a couple of shower chances as that front moves through at some point over the weekend, but the timing and the degree of that chance is unknown at this point. Boy, Igor just lashed Bermuda over the weekend. It was really a 36 or 48 hour period of very windy, rainy conditions. Improvement now as Igor's pulling away. It's always tough to spot Bermuda on the satellite imagery, but there it is right there, and Igor pulling farther and farther away. So we'll see what shape Bermuda is in today as the system pulls away and everybody can kind of get out and see what the damage is like. I think beach erosion is going to be a huge problem there. Unfortunately, it's just an extended period of waves and wind battered the island. Now let's look down the road, and we go back to this map very quickly here. Notice in the eastern Atlantic Ocean, probably going to get our next tropical system develop out of that, but that will probably not be a problem. That'll head generally off to the northwest. But down the road, a lot of the computer modeling is hinting at some development in this area later this week. And it looks like that whatever can pop will have some U.S. landfall implications down the road, as that'll kind of get pulled off in some form or fashion off to the north with time toward the last few days of September or early October. A couple select model plots here. This is the Canadian for later on, late this week. And notice it does pop a system in the Western Caribbean. The NOGAPS does as well. And let me show you what the GFS eventually does with what it develops. It pulls it toward the Georgia or South Carolina coast on October the 2nd. So we'll have to watch that western Caribbean area for tropical developmental signs later on this week, as that could have some implications for a possible U.S. landfall well down the road. So we'll keep watching that. All right, that's it for this Monday edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.